What's the biggest difference between wet sets and manhwa sets? Hi guys, welcome back to my new series of sharing tips and what steps some of you guys can take to better your manhwa sets. Today, I have a lash artist that submitted this manhwa set and we're going to talk about what she could have done better. The biggest difference would be that with wet sets versus hwa, we have a couple things. It's just spikes all around. You follow a standard mapping. There's no such thing as grouping the spikes. And if you are doing all of these things in your manhwa sets, you are going to get results that look more like a wet set. So with a manhwa set, we have to be more mindful with grouping our spikes. And for this lash artist here, you could see in the mirror that the spike grouping isn't super thick, which is why in certain areas here, it's not as obvious even though she grouped spikes together, because this is like the reflection from our perspective and then the mirror perspective. You're going to need more spikes in each chunk. Really don't be afraid to think that the more you're grouping, the thicker it's going to get and it's going to be too dramatic, because even though this lash artist grouped probably at least 5 or 6 spikes here, it still barely shows up on the client when her eyes are open. So we want to make sure that we are grouping enough so that it actually shows up on the client. Another thing that differentiates a manhwa set and a wet set is with manhwa sets, I will teach my students to use the lifting technique so that we could get a more lifted result. And in certain areas of this set here, the lift isn't as strong compared to this middle point. And even in the mirror, you could see the middle chunk sits up a lot higher compared to the nearby manhwa chunks. That means there wasn't enough lifting in the eyelids. So sometimes we can use tape to pull back, or we can use the one tweezer technique. So I hope you guys enjoyed the start of this series. If you would like your work to be featured in another reel, read my caption on how.